Hi everyone, it's Mermaid Anoka, and thank you for joining my fish talk. Okay, so today we are doing video number 3 in my little web series on how to become a mermaid, and that's to talk about tails. So if you go looking just on the internet for tails, you're going to see a couple different versions. You're going to see a silicone tail. Those are the super expensive, like made to order, fit your exact measurements, usually reserved for more of the professional level, although hobbyists can also have a silicone tail. You're going to see like a hybrid tail, so that means you're going to have a fabric tail with silicone on top of it, and this fabric is normally made out of scuba knit or neoprene. Or you're going to have fabric tails. Fabric tails are made from scuba knit, neoprene, or spandex, depending on who's making it and if you make your own. There are a large number of providers or creators for silicone tails as well as fabric tails. Some people do both while others only do fabric. For example, 3 of my mermaid tails are from Finfolk's production. They are mostly fabric tails, although they do have slots for silicone tails. There's like Mirabella Studios, there's like Nation, there's a whole bunch of people who make silicone tails. I don't have one, so I can't actually show one to you. The idea is very similar to a fabric tail, only for the most part, the way I understand it is you don't take the monofin out, which makes it kind of cumbersome to travel with. But they fold, so I mean, you can still travel with them, you can still store them pretty easy. I have only fabric tails. Mine are made from scuba knit, and then I have one neoprene tail that's an old generation Finfolk. So that's what I'm going to show you. And then in doing that, I can also show you the different parts of the tail. Okay, so this is my Song of the Sea tail by Finfolk Production. It has been like color tinted, so these aren't the original colors. I've darkened them a little bit. So this is their beautiful tail. I have an unboxing video if you want to see that. I'll make sure that's linked. But this will let me show you the different parts. So you've got, first you have a waistband, okay? So this is going to sit anywhere from your belly button to below your hips, featuring my cat Mordy. So you've got your elastic waistband, okay? You'll see the shape of the body. It follows like a natural figure. So you have your hips, you've got calves and ankles. It's a little hard to see the exact shape because I have a monofin in it and it's raising it up. I'll show you some of my other tails. But generally it follows like the actual outline of a person's body. Then you have the fluke. So the actual fin portion of a mermaid tail is called a fluke. With fabric tails, to have a big fluke, you're going to have empty space with a monofin. And I'll show you. So inside my fabric tail, I have the Linden monofin, or the body glove monofin from Mermaid Linden. And this clear plastic right here is a vinyl insert, okay? Morty's helping. So this vinyl fills in all the gaps because obviously there's a lot of room, right? And the amount of empty space you're going to have will depend on the monofin you have and like the fluke you have, and the shape and the fabric, and all of that plays a part into it. So to fill in the empty places so you don't have just dangling fabric, you've got this hard plastic. Okay, and that's going to help the monofin propel the entire fluke. Because if you didn't have that, you'd have a lot of drag and it'd be really hard to swim. Okay, so here's another one of my Finfolk tails. I just got this bad boy. This is the lionfish with no fins. And I will have an unboxing video for you shortly. Morty is also enjoying the tail. And this, I just want to show you on the outside what a monofin would look like. So hypothetically, this is all under the fabric, right? You're going to see it's a different shaped fluke. So the vinyl is different, right? And there's a lot of space. And this is a different shape than the other monofin I had. the linden, because the linden comes out and kind of fills in the space along the sides, whereas this is a hard edge. So this actually propels better for like speed. It doesn't flow as much as the linden does. Okay, these are the two monofins that are recommended by Finfolk Production for their tails. Okay, for our third example, I have my Shello mermaid tail. Now you can see it is a completely different shape from the Finfolk Production ones, right? So you've got the V of the fluke coming up really close to the ankles and a skinny body. Okay, now this was made for a very specific monofin, which is the Mahina monofin. Now this comes in different sizes and different colors, and compared to the Finnish shooter and the linden, this one is a little bit more wavy, okay, a little bit more flowy, because you've got thick silicone or rubber. Well, I think it's a silicone. It's not the same as Mertailor though, right? And it's going to flow a little bit more than the other two. But you see there's a scalloped edge. That's what this is called. The scalloped edge, that defines the Mahina, right? So a lot of different tails and tail makers use the Mahina because it gives you a little bit more of a natural fishy flow when you're swimming. Not my number one choice. I like to have that strength that the Finnish shooter gives me, but it's super fun to swim in. And this is another example of a combination that you'll find in a lot of different fabric tails. Now, not all fabric tails require vinyl, okay? So this is a Suntails mermaid tail, okay? So it is just the tail skin, which is what you call the actual fabric. Okay, that is a tail skin. And then it is just the monofin, okay? If we look inside, this one is actually fed from the bottom, which is similar to fin fun. I don't have a fin fun to show you, okay? If you peek inside, you're going to see the monofin, okay? And it actually works by hooking into this hard edge of the fluke, and you push it in and you stretch the fabric and hook the other edge, so then it becomes bigger than it first appears. And I'll show you what it looks like separated. Okay, separated, the fluke looks much, much smaller compared to the actual monofin. When I first unboxed it, I didn't actually think that was going to fit inside this tail skin, but it does. It actually stretches quite nicely and covers everything. And then my last example for you is another Finfolk Production tail. So this one is actually a gift from my sister. Okay, this is the Riverbend, I think. But you're going to notice the fluke is different. So this is the shape of the linden monofin. And this one does not open up at the bottom like a fin fun or the Suntails. Okay, this opens up just like their normal one, which starts up here by the calf, unzips all the way down, and then you would just put the monofin in and zip back up. Hi, jumping in because I realized I forgot one of my monofins. So please excuse the transgression of having a Mertailor and a Finfolk in the same frame, but this is a Mertailor Fantasy Fin 3. Their monofins are unique because they are 100% silicone, and I'm not talking like hard rubber plastic silicone like the Mahina. No, this is the soft and floppy silicone, like super soft. So I know that this whole series is taking a lot longer than I intended, and then I keep saying I'm going to make more and more videos, and I swear I have the footage. It's just really hard for me to find the time. But I do fully intend to make a comparison video so you can see all the monofins together, so you can kind of check them out and see which ones you're more interested in before you go and buy your tail. I know that was a really long video to kind of discuss some very basic topics, but I wanted to give you guys a good idea of the different kind of monofins you're going to see, and like different kinds of tails that you can have. I don't have a silicone one to show you. I'm very sorry. I'm saving up for one, but at this moment I just have fabrics. So if you guys have any question about tails specifically, please leave them in the comments. And if you liked this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you later.